Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek, bringing you episode 7 of our playthrough of Shadow over Westminster, where we are trying to stop a demon from creating a war between heaven and hell on earth and destroying everything. We have much investigation going on, and yeah, things are going along. I hope we're close to winning. I think we're at the tail end of this. We'll have to see. There's hope yet. It's going to be pretty close because we only got 2 more darkness here before the world is engulfed in evil and destroyed. Oh, that's a bummer. But we're well on our way to solving this with this mystery, as we need 33 investigations, and currently we have 24 investigations out of the 33 so we need 9 more. That's it. And we do have them. I just hope we can get them out in time. And yeah, that's not going to be great. So, of course, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start our Watcher's turn. Gregorius, he's going to go first, and we're going to draw a darkness card for him, and it is darkness at the warehouse. Well, you can see the warehouse over there, so I'm just going to place that cube right there. That's not too bad. That doesn't hurt us badly. And then we're going to talk about his hand, because his hand stinks for this turn. We have both of our things we could pop up to the... See, the problem is if I leave, I'm going to lose all the investigation we've done with him. That's the problem. And then he's got 3 research, which would allow him to get an artifact or something, but I'm looking at the artifacts going, well, they're not going to do us any good. So, sadly, I think what we're going to do is we're going to just discard his entire hand. We're going to call it a day, discard his entire hand. He's going to stay there, which will give him another exposure. We'll discard his hand and draw up 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, which will give him then next turn 3 more investigations. That's good because that's what we need. But that's the end of his turn. That kind of was a total wasted turn. I see. I mean, we got to. I don't know if I plan this well. We'll see. We may not make it. Even though I've got the board pretty clear of bad things, unless they pile up. Because here's Alexandria's Darkness card. It's at the warehouse again. So now we do have 3 that's about to be engulfed, and we have nobody there to stop it. But maybe, just maybe. Let's see. She's got 2. Well, we're going to lay down some investigations with her. Hey, baby, laying down some investigations with you. Okay, that was lame. All right, anyway, there's we're going to do 2. So 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28 for this turn from her. We're going to take these 2, and we're going to discard them. And then we're going to draw back up. So 28, let's see, we got 29 right there. 30, 31, 32, 33, we got it. We got this. We do. We got this next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, in this particular scenario, you're allowed to count our exposure as investigations. He says, when agents are facing this cataclysm, exposure cards may be played as 1 investigation each, and we've been doing that. So she too then at the end of that turn takes the last of the exposure cards. I don't know what we're going to do. We can't take any more. They are done. I got to look. If we run out of exposure, what does that mean? Do we lose? Uh-oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, so if we need to take an exposure, this is going to get tough for us, guys. I'm glad we only got 1 turn, I think, before we win. If we need to take an exposure, we cannot draw one. We have to play another darkness card. So we just drew the last of them out of the deck. Now we're going to go back to Gregorius, who is going to play a darkness, his darkness card, which is darkness at the university. That's not too bad for us because there's only 1 cube up at the university, so that's not terrible. Then he does have, again, so what we're at, I'm losing count again. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we need 3 more, and we got them. So we're going to play these 3 to his area. That puts us at 33, which is what we need to beat a 2-player game. It's going to be a short video, guys, but we just won. Woohoo! Okay, what happens when we win? Obviously we win. Okay, so on the objectives of the game, yes, we won. Sweet. So what we did was we stopped the demon from, and some of them are more complicated. This one's pretty straightforward. We stopped the demon. We found out who it was and prevented him from breaking the rules and causing a war between heaven and hell on earth. The Watcher Gregorius, the Knight Templar, Alexandria, have defeated the demon and driven him back to hell, where he can no longer meddle in the affairs of men, and we live. Woohoo! Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up with some final thoughts and some discussion. We're going to wrap up the game. We're going to talk about it, and we'll get on to the next playthrough of something else, even cooler, I suppose, or maybe not. I like this game. So keep in mind, guys, that with Shadows over Westminster, we barely scratch the surface of all the different things that can happen. I mean, there's a gate to hell, a manufactured plague, the horsemen, the four horsemen of the apocalypse things. They all have different things. I'm not going to read them to you because I don't want to ruin it. I'm just showing you the Dark One walks. The Singularity, I'm sure that one's interesting. But they all have different things that can happen that have different abilities. One thing that would be interesting, and I don't know if this has been done online or as a QA or some kind of Q&A or something, is to rank the cataclysms by their difficulty. Well, like for instance, these betrayer ones don't require. You can see they require far less investigation than the one we did, for example. And some of these ones, I don't know if they require more or less, but yes, see the 2-player 25. We needed 33 on that one. This one can't be played with one player, it looks like. It's only 2. And then you can see that... So actually, from an investigation standpoint, we needed a bunch, but we also were able to use our exposure cards for the investigation, which made a big difference. So to sum it up, it was pretty tight toward the end there. I kind of had a sense that I'd won. I'd collected enough stuff to win. I don't know if that's a regular event in the game where kind of toward the end you just know you got it. I mean, there was a little tension if the warehouse had bubbled up again and we had drawn too many darkness cards, we could have lost. But I just had this feeling that we had it in the bag, so I kept going with that assumption. That's why I decided to tackle it, and as a result, we kind of did. So, what do I think of the Shadow over Westminster? Well, I kickstarted it, so I am a bit biased because I spent good money on it, but I do like it. I want to take it to my game group. I think this has a great spot to fill when I'm trying to play something that has that Cthulhu-esque feel, and I don't want to break out something that's multiple hours. I know, for example, Elder Tor says that it's like a 2.5 hour game, but man, I have yet to play a game where that's actually true. It's usually a little longer than that. One time we had one last 7 hours, so it can go quite a bit longer. This one, I don't see it going longer. I think you reach a pinnacle where you've collected everything you collect towards the accomplishments of the scenario, and you just go at it. And I think that's what we saw here. I hope that in future plays with other people, it's a little less predictable at the end. Like there's a little more tension. There was some tension here. I had some fear if we couldn't draw the right cards, we'd lose. But like I said, I felt pretty good about it. So that's why I dove in there. And as a chance would have it, we did succeed. Now we were on the verge of having to draw 2 darkness cards a turn, which would have destroyed us, I think, if that had gone on a turn or two. But we didn't have to get there. So that was a good thing. And by the way, I do want to mention, it's a little messy right now, but I want to show you this. Great insert. Thank you, guys. Thank you, publishers, designers, for making a good insert. There's a couple things that bug me. For example, I just got, what was it? Ninja All-Stars, another thing I kickstarted. I just got it out in the box, and literally there's this big beautiful box for it, but there's no inserts, there's no baggies for all the tokens. I mean, it's just nothing. And so I go get sandwich bags and stuff to put them in, at least temporarily. No trays for the different factions of miniatures, nothing. It was just, to me, that's not the way you do it. You put at least some baggies in for the tokens, at the very least. And, or you could do what Cool Mini does and have these beautiful, these great inserts with the trays and everything, where everything fits so nicely. Now, they don't have baggies sometimes for their tokens, but they usually have some kind of space for them, someplace to put them. Anyway, we're going to see some of that because I'm probably going to put the new game Besieged on the table soon, even though I'm waiting for a special arrival from somebody that I'm going to be doing a preview for shortly for a Kickstarter. So, yes, I'm starting to do those too, but since I'm so heavily steeped in Kickstarter, I might as well do them anyway, right? And so, back to Shadow over Westminster. I recommend the game if you like a light deck builder, a combination of a light deck builder and a light Call of Cthulhu-esque Arkham Horror type game. Awesome, because it fills that itch without being incredibly long, and that's something that's valuable to me with my time, being that I have a very large work life and a very large home life. I got kids, got my wonderful wife, got my very big job, and I have to plan my time carefully for my gaming. And so sitting down to do something for 5 or 6 hours sometimes at a shot is very tough for me. Anyway, that's my recommendation, just personal recommendation again. For those of you that watch, I know a lot of you, we have similar interests, so this would probably interest you too. But please do not take my word. Just to use the gameplay. If you like what you saw, then by all means, pick it up and support these new developers and publishers who are coming in with really cool stuff. And interestingly enough, for someone I think it's their first go, these miniatures are really nice. I've been looking at some other stuff, and like for instance, I got MegaCon, Mercs Recon, and the miniatures are okay, but you have to assemble them, and frankly, they don't look any better than this. It's a pre-assembled miniature. So, and I hate that. That's one of the things I hated about it, when they sprung that on us with Shadows of Brimstone, that the miniatures were the hard plastic needing to be assembled. And now they've changed that. Now they're doing the hero figures in resin, so they won't, I think they'll be pre-assembled. I don't know. I'm kind of confused on that. Anyway, I'm not a model builder anymore, and it's very time consuming. I have to admit, I actually enjoyed putting my Shadows of Brimstone figures together, and I think I'll enjoy putting my Mercs Recon figures together once I get my iPad out so I can have the guide on how to do it, because complain about that one, nothing came in the box to show you how to put the miniatures together. Yeah. Now, the grooves that you stick them in are they only fit certain ways, which helps, but you have to try all the parts out. Well, so MegaCon did put something up online for everybody to go through that shows each one. Anyway, sidetracked again, as is my way. But thanks for watching Shadows over Westminster, our playthrough. I thought this was a really enjoyable game. I hope you liked it too and decided to pick it up. It's a lot of fun. Love to play it with people, maybe at con or something. So anyway, guys, talk to you soon. Looking forward to the next one. I do have I got a mother load of stuff shipped to me recently. Funny with Kickstarters, you do like 3 or 4 or 5 a year or whatever, and then suddenly they all start coming at once. Like some of them a year and a half later, but they do get there. And I have to tell you, Simon's really on the spot. And this one was late, but it wasn't so late that it was bothering me, not like some of the other ones. So they usually are late, and I expect that. But anyway, guys, thanks. Talk to you next time, and I hope you enjoyed the Shadow over Westminster. Let me know. Put it in the comments. Put it in the thoughts. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you, by the way, again, for helping me to grow my subscriptions. It's coming along nicely. I appreciate it. I think I'm close to 2,500. If I break 2,500, I'll probably do a giveaway on my subscription base. So please do that. That would be awesome, and I'll see you next time.
All doctors to the ER.